Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to the team at Inchcape Lexus Guildford, I'm bringing you an in-depth exterior and interior tour of the model year 2018 NX 300 Hybrid. The NX is Lexus' luxury crossover SUV and sits below the larger, full-size SUV, the RX. This model year 2018 comes in to replace the previous model with aesthetic and technical upgrades that I'll focus on later in the video. There are 5 models available, from SE to F Sport to Premier, with this model being a Premier. The vehicle dimensions and curb weight are also comparable to the last model, with a length of 4,638mm and a curb weight of 1,896kg. This new NX is set up in permanent 4-wheel drive with a generally unchanged power unit, front electric drive motors and a nickel hydride battery, and a 2.5-litre inline-4 petrol engine in this Premier model that produces 194 brake horsepower and 210 Nm of torque. This results in a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 9.1 seconds. However, the F Sport version gets a turbo and produces 235 brake horsepower with an acceleration time reduced to 7 seconds. This Premier sits on 18-inch, 5-spoke alloy wheels front and back with 3 model-dependent designs available in total. Stopping power is provided by electronically controlled braking to all 4 discs with a regenerative braking system. The discs are ventilated at the front. The car features independent McPherson struts and gas pressurized shock absorbers at the front and independent double wishbones at the rear. Adaptive variable suspension is available in the F Sport version. Now we've finished the model overview, we can focus on the exterior tour from front to back. The front and rear have been aesthetically redesigned with the new multi-slat black grille centrally and new brighter headlights. At the bottom of the redesigned front bumper are slim quarter fog lights. Above these are vertical air intakes for additional engine cooling, with the sensor array along the bumper. Fashioned by the Takumi craftsman, the new Lexus spindle grille features centrally, which also allows for greater airflow. The front park assist camera sits centrally, below the Lexus logo. Above, new 3-beam LED lights from the LC models have been adopted here and in the F Sport models, with thicker glass around the LED daytime running lights to create a crystal effect. Lexus Ls underline the new beam headlight. Above, the bonnet is largely the same as in the previous iteration, with the streamlined ridges on either side. At the top and to the rear of the front arch, these lines flare out across the side of the car. These strong ridges are mirrored below to produce a balanced, angular and dynamic aesthetic. The electrically adjustable wing mirrors with integrated indicators were redesigned for better aerodynamics and intersect and adopt the lines flowing down the car for a more continuous look. Below, the smooth door handles hint at the car's keyless go function with their small indentation. Behind is the fuel tank cap for the petrol fuel tank, which here has a max capacity of 56 litres and a max combined MPG of 53. Above is the optional Moonroof, which is one of the biggest panoramic roofs I've ever seen. A standard glass roof is also available. There's a shark's fin antenna just behind. The slight wing at the rear with its black struts was crafted to genuinely manage airflow over the rear of the car and not just aesthetic purposes. Now at the rear and starting from the top, the first thing we find is the brake light integrated into the spoiler. The light complex below are finished with the signature Lexus L laterally, with the LEDs themselves arranged in this format within. Centrally, the reversing camera sits under the Lexus logo. Below, the rear bumper has been redesigned with 1 extra and shorter slats on either side with a wide diffuser area centrally. Now we've finished the exterior tour, we can move inside. The key has quite a simplistic design with a stylistic metal addition on the side. On the rear, it features buttons for lock, unlock and to open the boot. The interior is finished in black leather with Shimamoko wood inlays, which can take up to 38 days to construct, and aluminium inserts. Let's now start the interior in-depth tour with the doors. At the very top, we find leather upholstery and contrast stitching that falls into Shimamoko wood inlays. Below is a smooth leather panel with a door handle, and underlining this, the leather upholstered armrest with the electronic window and mirror controls. At foot level, there's a more robust plastic panel with the seat memory controls and door speaker, part of the premium 14-speaker Mark Levinson surround sound. Finally, at the bottom of the door is a slim storage area and cup holder. As this is a crossover SUV, ingress and egress was very straightforward. The sill is topped with the optional illuminated Lexus scuff plates. Now moving inside, we first find the bonnet release and then heated steering wheel, front camera, auto headlights, blind spot management and towing support, with the first manually adjustable air vent above and cruise controls to the left. The multifunctional steering wheel is heated and is upholstered in a padded leather. The contrast stitching looks prominent but does not affect the feel of the wheel. Controls to the left are for track selection, volume and cruise, while the buttons to the right are for the trip screen and driver assistance. When the push to start button is depressed, The car moves the seat and wheel into the last memory position used, in addition to the screen and driver display's start sequences. Looking ahead, the first option in the trip screen is for driver information, a sleep warning, MPG, range and energy monitor. The next is direction navigation, followed by music and radio, then driver assistance, such as blind spot and lane tracking, with message information after. More driver assistance options are next. As previously mentioned, these option screens are navigated through using the controls to the right of the wheel. To the left of the wheel are more controls, electronic wheel adjustment, cruise control and the HUD. The dash above is comprised of two flowing, leather upholstered sections with further speakers at each corner. The HUD can easily be turned on and off and displays speed, speed limit, parking and navigation information. Centrally, there's a new 10.3-inch screen with a new software update, which is shared with the RX 450 Hybrid. This screen is controlled using the iconic Lexus touchpad. Navigation is the first app. It can be set up in a number of ways, including manual selection on the map itself or destination input by address. Next is the DAB digital radio that can be used by searching for stations or selecting pre-selected options from the catalogue. Controls and display for media input and phone connectivity come after, with the screen for the downloadable apps next. Info shows power distribution and trip information with a history graph of usage. Setup can be used to adjust general settings such as clock, language and audio. Finally, there are digital controls to adjust the interior climate, including seat heating and ventilation, with controls to the right to split the screen in two. Below are two manually adjustable air vents with the analog clock between two digital screens for the car's climate control. This system can be easily turned on and off and adjusted, and provides efficient cooling or heating. Below are further controls for seat heating and ventilation, with the hazard light button centrally. Moving further down the central column, there's a slim storage space with the CD player and associated controls below and to the sides. The control array is below, with the drive selector at the top, traction control off, EV mode for most efficient driving, park hold and electronic parking brake. The new NX gets the same electronically controlled continuously variable transmission that can be left in full auto or placed in drive for sequential shifting here or by using the paddles behind the wheel. The drive selector can be moved to the left or right to change between drive modes, left for eco, right for sport, where the display turns red. The scroll pad is below with direct access controls for map, menu and back. Just behind is a small leather handrest to facilitate more comfortable use of the trackpad, with two cup holders to the left. Behind the handrest is a small removable mirror, a rather unexpected feature. Moving further back, we find a large armrest between the seats. This can be lifted up using the catch at the front to reveal the now larger wireless phone charging station. This can also be lifted up to reveal a large storage area with device connectivity options and a 12-volt socket. The leather front seats are very comfortable in Lexus tradition and are both heated and ventilated. They are also 8-way adjustable with controls found to the side. Now we've finished in the front, we can move to the rear. Thanks to the moonroof above, the rear feels light and spacious. The doors have the same Shimamoko wood inlays and door speakers. Even with the front seat moved back in the off position, there is good space in the rear. The seats here are heated and also upholstered in leather. An armrest can be pulled down to reveal two cup holders. Ahead, 2 manually adjustable air vents are directed towards the rear passengers with seat heating and device connectivity integrated. Now we've finished at the rear, we can look at the car's remaining storage capacity. There's a large lockable glove compartment on the passenger's side. At the rear, the boot has an auto open function at the touch of a button. The boot offers 475 litres of storage space and can be enhanced by lowering the rear seats. There's a small compartment under the hatch where towing and safety equipment can be stored. The boot door can be closed with a simple depress of the button on the underside of the door. Now moving inside again briefly, we get a chance to look at the large optional moonroof and see its auto shade in operation that can be closed and opened using a button on the rear view mirror. Ahead, there are large sun visors with illuminated vanity mirrors. Centrally, we find the control panel for the moonroof, and spotlights and the auto-dimming rearview mirror below. So that concludes my in-depth exterior and interior tour of the all-new 2018 Lexus NX 300 Hybrid. Thanks again to Lexus Guildford for the opportunity. Their contact details can be found in the description of the video. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.